the word we used for it, there are a lot of, every time it appears in this poem, it's italicized, so that's the only clue you need. The word we used for it. It's trying to snow, my mother said. It's coming up a storm. But it wasn't the weather, nor the day, nor wind. It exerted effort and had will, cold will, ill will, or fine bright will. It's clearing up, she'd say. God wasn't it exactly, nor was the devil, though it might rain like the Dickens, which meant the devil, and it was hot as hell in mid-July. We were blasted about by it, bore the brunt at times, or were at times passed over, thank the Lord, by the worst of it. It's morning, she'd almost sing. It's day. And then, of course, it's getting dark, and dark was it all night except for the burning of dreams, though it was in the dreams sometimes, a bit of the burning itself. It was time, but bigger than time. Time was only how you tracked it, briefly pinned it down. It's noon, we might say, or soon, or over. But it was never really over. Beyond the river and leaves, under the wells, from back in the throat, you could feel the vibration as it moved to the top of the mouth, then flicked by the tongue through the teeth. It rode out into the world, but wasn't the world, nor the voice, nor even remotely the word we used for it. If you really had to, would you or not? If the chance afforded itself, if some effort were required, whereas others might balk, would you? If it presented itself, knocked and just stood there, rustled timidly in the underbrush, would you? If commanded by a dream, if God were watching with no inclination to bless or condemn, if it were remotely possible, if it might come to nothing, if you had the time, if it weren't for the stigma, if on an island under the gun, if wishes were horses, would you or not? If flames were involved, but only a few, if nimble enough or needled a little, if you had to answer now, if you really had to. And I'll expect that answer later.